May the peace of the Lord be with you all. Today's Gospel Reflection, July 19, 2025, Saturday. The children of Israel set out from Ramesses for Sukkot, about 600,000 men on foot, not counting the little ones. A crowd of mixed ancestry also went up with them, besides their livestock, very numerous flocks and herds, since the dough they had brought out of Egypt was not leavened. They baked it into unleavened loaves. They had rushed out of Egypt and had no opportunity, even to prepare food for the journey. The time the children of Israel had stayed in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of 430 years, all the hosts of the Lord left the land of Egypt on this very date. This was a night of vigil for the Lord, as he led them out of the land of Egypt. So on this same night, all the children of Israel must keep a vigil for the Lord throughout their generations. Responsorial Psalm. His mercy endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. For his mercy endures forever, who remembered us in our abjection. For his mercy endures forever, and freed us from our foes. For his mercy endures forever. His mercy endures forever, who smote the Egyptians in their firstborn. For his mercy endures forever, and brought out Israel from their midst. For his mercy endures forever, with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. For his mercy endures forever. His mercy endures forever, who split the Red Sea in twain. For his mercy endures forever, and led Israel through its midst. For his mercy endures forever, but swept Pharaoh and his army into the Red Sea. For his mercy endures forever. His mercy endures forever. The Pharisees went out and took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. When Jesus realized this, he withdrew from that place. Many people followed him, and he cured them all. But he warned them not to make him known. This was to fulfill what had been spoken through Isaiah the prophet. Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved in whom I delight. I shall place my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the Gentiles. He will not contend or cry out, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, a smoldering wick he will not quench, until he brings justice to victory, and in his name the Gentiles will hope. The Gospel reading above speaks of a deeper kind of strength that is quiet, compassionate, and enduring. This strength doesn't clamor for attention or demand recognition. It works steadily in the background, healing the broken, lifting the lowly, and restoring hope where it's fading. It's the kind of strength that brings lasting change without breaking a bruised heart. This is the nature of God's servant. When faced with hostility and opposition, many people respond with defensiveness or retaliation. But there's a different path, a higher way, one that chooses peace over provocation and mercy over judgment. This was the path walked by Christ, who, even when plotted against, did not shout or argue in the streets. Instead, he withdrew, not in fear but in wisdom, so that his mission of mercy could continue uninterrupted. This wasn't retreat, it was strategy rooted in love. Consider the teacher who faces criticism from parents and pressure from administrators, but continues showing up for their students with unwavering patience. They don't retaliate or complain. They simply pour more love into the classroom, day after day. Or the caregiver who quietly tends to a sick loved one, receiving little thanks, yet never failing in compassion. That's what quiet strength looks like. It doesn't draw crowds, but it changes lives. God's servant doesn't overlook injustice. He brings justice in a way that doesn't trample the broken or snuff out those barely hanging on. Picture someone barely holding their life together, struggling with addiction, grief, or mental illness. Rather than condemning or casting them aside, Christ offers gentle restoration. He doesn't extinguish the flickering flame. He shields it from the wind until it can burn brightly again. We live in a time when many feel like bruised reeds, bent by pressure, ready to break. Others are like smoldering wicks, light fading, hope dwindling. And yet, God doesn't discard the bruised or the weak. He heals the bent and fans the flame of the faint-hearted. His justice is not about crushing the guilty, but about restoring what is broken, about making all things right through love. This mission is not limited to one group or nation. It's for all people. Hope isn't reserved for the religious, the powerful, or the morally perfect. It's for the outcast, the weary, the confused, and the sinner. The message of redemption crosses every border and touches every soul willing to receive it. Think of the recovering addict who now runs a shelter to help others escape the grip of their past, or the former prisoner who mentors at-risk youth, turning his story into a beacon of redemption. These are modern reflections of the servant's work to bring hope and healing, not with headlines or accolades, but with faithful, quiet love. So what does this mean for us? It means we're called to the same mission, not to shout others down but to lift them up, not to overpower but to serve, not to abandon those on the margins, but to walk beside them. If you feel like your light is dimming or your strength is gone, know this: God sees you. He's not here to judge your weakness, but to restore your strength. He is the one who can take what's fragile and turn it into something unbreakable. We are invited to be carriers of both hope and justice, not through force, but through faithful love, to speak when needed, and to act always with compassion. This is the power that transforms lives and the kind of servant God honors. Not loud, not boastful, but deeply committed to healing the world.